What am I missing here?
Well, we have to ask ourselves, why are we outraged? Are we outraged because he's rich or because he used the defense of I was too rich when it comes to leniency? Because he did admit to the crime. He admitted to it. He clearly was driving while intoxicated, but we are outraged because someone is getting probation after people died. Now, the juvenile system is designed to treat, rehabilitate, and supervise juvenile offenders. So it anticipates that even for crimes like this, someone could get probation. So I guess the question I have for everybody out there who's outraged, and I understand it's a really horrific case, what is it? Is it because he's rich? Is it because that he is simply everybody who commits a homicide, DUI, juvenile or not, should go to jail for 20 years? If that's the rule, then that's what we need to move towards. But be mindful, Texas already has a very strict sentencing regime for juveniles. I'm astounded that they can end up doing 20 years in an adult facility for something like intoxication manslaughter, which is not a specific intent crime.
The unusual circumstance in Texas and some other states is that you would serve your sentence as the juvenile in a juvenile system, and upon reaching the age of 21, you get transferred over to the big guy jail, and you finish the whole thing out there. Paul, what about the notion that, I said it right off the top, where do the victims stand in all of this? I get what Danny's saying. I get rehabilitation when you're talking about young people who commit crimes, but that ignores completely Eric Boyles and the others who lost their loved ones. And what about the message to the rest of society? You can't do this.
You hit it right on the head, and I think the important thing here is we're supposed to have a society where rich and poor are treated the same under a justice system. We have a psychologist who comes into this courtroom and says he suffers from affluenza, meaning he's got so much money he doesn't know how to follow the law and act in a moral way.
No,
well, the
no,
cure.
I'm just going to change that.
That's exactly what he was saying.
That family has so much money. They have not raised him to understand right from wrong. They've thrown money at problems.
So he's a spoiled rich kid.
That's not
so
his fault,
instead of, I don't care whether it's his fault or not. It's not the fault of the black kid who's raised in a ghetto who commits an armed robbery of a bodega. Maybe that's not his fault either. But you know what? He's going to prison if he does that.
But that's a factor of sentencing.
Let me just finish my point here. The cure for affluenza is poverty inflicted by going to prison. And this kid should be in some dimly lit dungeon for about 9 months to learn that money doesn't buy you out of the criminal justice system. And this judge made a very serious error here in being so lenient, because the message that's sent to the community is if you have money, if you have the ability to get a good lawyer and a good psychologist in, even if you kill 3 or 4 people, you're going to get a lenient sentence. That's the wrong message.
I've got 10 seconds literally left in this, but you got to do it. What about a move to reconsider? Do the prosecutors have that in their arsenal? The family wants it. Do the prosecutors have that?
I've reviewed the Texas Code. There appears to be provisions that allow for appeal of juvenile dispositions, but not for this reason, not simply because you're not happy with the outcome. If it was a legal sentence, or at least a legal disposition in the juvenile system, then there's virtually nothing, I believe, that can overturn it.